Hi, Gainer. I appreciate the opportunity to present my behavior intervention plan reflection slide with you via email. I apologize for not being in class this evening, and I'm bummed that I missed the other presentations because I was curious about other people's experience with this assignment. Luckily, if you remember, after our conversation, you led me to the directions for the assignment. I was able to get started on it right away, and I found our school social worker right away who shared the school's behavior intervention plan with me, and also had a student in mind that we used, changed the name, of course, for this assignment. And I was able to focus for a good solid 2 days and really go through the process with the social worker so that I could take that information and disseminate it for this assignment. So let's go ahead and get into my reflection slide. Okay, the school social worker's name is Melanie Lindbeck, and she was very helpful because she's written, just a ton of behavior intervention plans and gave me some really good insight. So what I took away from this assignment concerning the legal, ethical, and practical part of it is that behavior intervention plans are more than just something that you have to do. They're also, an opportunity for student growth, a positive way for students to grow, and to put in place some replacement behaviors so that it gives them the skills going forward to improve in that area. I know now that the IDEA requires a functional behavior assessment when behaviors are interfering with learning. And I also learned about how important antecedents to the functional behavior are. And not just to go back a little bit, not just when it interferes with the learning of the student, but it could also interfere with the students in the classroom's learning as well. So when those things pop up, that's when we have to get the behavior intervention plan going. And ethically, we know now, as opposed to the old school way of chastising, the old school discipline model, where when we support the student with dignity and focus on a positive change, those behaviors, there's an extermination of behaviors when you focus on the positive behaviors. So this helps the student obviously in many different ways, throughout school and beyond. I also learned that we have to make sure we're incorporating proactive strategies and consistency, a lot of documentation, a lot of data collection, and obviously we should incorporate SMART goals to help this process even further. As far as my learning experience goes, I learned that any type of behavior, whether it's positive behavior or wanted behavior or unwanted behavior in the classroom, is a form of communication. It shouldn't be taken personally. The student's trying to convey some sort of message. I also learned that building a behavior intervention plan based on the behavior or the function of the behavior, what's causing the behavior in the first place, helps to make the plan even more effective. And when you can identify the FBA, then you can really zero in on teaching some replacement behaviors. I also learned that using the rubric and the examples that were provided for me helped me to connect all of the components of this project really well. I also included just some quick notes on the time frame. I completed this assignment within 2 days, which I feel like all of the work I've been doing for the past 10 months kind of prepared me for completing this assignment. I knew exactly where to go, and after studying all of the concepts, helped me to put them together pretty quickly. And I also leaned on the rubric and the resources, which helped me stay focused and clear on what the assignment was and what you were expecting. And it also helped me to be thoughtful and really to complete it in appropriate time frame. As I mentioned, I also had help from Melanie, our school social worker, and she was able to kind of help me with the language and, you know, how a BIP should be presented or written to be most effective and a positive reinforcement for behaviors, you know, disruptive behaviors. I learned a lot by covering the material in a short amount of time, and also with talking with Melanie. And I feel like this was a very valuable lesson for me. You know, I'll be in a special ed position soon, and I feel like understanding the process of a behavior intervention plan would definitely help me to curb those behaviors when I'm in my own teaching position. Once again, thank you for letting me present this, and I hope you're well. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Take care.